Coming up on First at 4, schools across the region adjust their calendars due to the spike in COVID-19 cases. And a big decision today involving fall sports in Kentucky. We'll tell you when games are expected to begin.
And a cold front will continue to provide some showers and storms for the mountains. First at 4 is next.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. Governor Andy Beshear is holding another news conference at this hour. You can find that on our second channel, H&I, or on the WYMT Facebook page. We will be monitoring for any major developments. But first at 4, some school districts in Kentucky are discussing the importance of flexibility in the upcoming school year. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about one district's plan for the fall and how it fits with suggestions made by Governor Andy Beshear yesterday.
Yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear suggested schools across Kentucky wait until the third week of August to resume classes. And while we have seen several school districts in the region restructuring their plans for the fall, some districts say this already fits perfectly with what they had in mind. Floyd County Schools Superintendent Danny Adkins says the suggestion by Governor Beshear makes sense. And it is something his administration already took into consideration as they look toward a September 8th start date. He says the schools and the students benefit from a delayed start this year, giving everyone time to get ready for a school year unlike any they have ever seen.
We felt like we needed the extra time to complete our planning and to get our digital platform online and devices in and that type of thing. So we had already had that plan of starting September 8th.
Adkins says the district already planned to be flexible this year, keeping student safety first in mind. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Adkins says that flexibility will be the key to a successful school year. We'll have more on that coming up at 6. Another school district in southern Kentucky is delaying the start of the school year. Pulaski County Schools voted just this afternoon to push back the start of the fall semester. Classes were set to begin there next week. Now they will start August 24th. Though when classes start back, the classroom will be a lot different. Desks are spread apart, water bottles on the desk because of no water fountains, and there is Ziploc bags for students to put jackets and backpacks in. The superintendent says the majority of the district wants to have in-person learning.
I've had a lot of feedback from the community, from my parents, and a lot of them are saying, hey, we want our kids to be in school. We'll follow whatever rules you set for us. And so I think a lot of folks, we've been out since March 16th. And I think a lot of folks are ready to get their kids back in school.
The school is ordering more Chromebooks and is also offering more options for students who are learning at home. We've also learned today of at least 2 school districts that are starting all virtual when they go back. So a variety of different things school districts across the region are doing, and they're continuing to make those decisions. Well, today the KHSAA held a Board of Control meeting to decide the fate of fall sports. And at least for now, athletes and coaches are happy moving forward. WYMT Sports Director Willie Hope is live from his house with more on the organization's decision. Willie?
Steve, it is an exciting day. High school coaches and players got some good news about fall sports today, as all sports outside of golf, which will start on time, can start back practice on August 24th. Now, with the recent spike in COVID-19 cases in July, multiple members of the board expressed the need to push the start date back for fall sports for the safety of the athletes, coaches, and all parties involved.
The idea of delaying it as much as we possibly can, just so we can see where this thing's going to take us from right now, because right now it's not taking us in a very good direction.
I mean, if our governor is telling us to push these even the start of school back, then maybe we should limit that start as well for that week of the 24th, and then maybe push that date back to the 7th.
Now, even with all the optimism surrounding this situation, KHSAA Commissioner Julian Tackett said the situation is fluid and that anything can change at the drop of a hat. Of course, right now, golf will start on time, as mentioned before. Football can start competitions in Friday Night Lights on September 11th, which you see makes me smile. And then other fall sports can start competitions on September 7th. Like I said, an exciting day for all involved in sports around the Commonwealth. Send it back to you, Steve.
All right, Willie, thank you very much. I know a lot of sports fans are smiling at that news today, and hopefully it won't change. Well, it's no secret football practice this summer looked different than normal, with temperature checks and only being able to do strength and conditioning workouts. But as WYMT's Camille Gear found out, following the KHSAA's decision today, practice should look normal again soon.
Well, it's no secret that high school football practice has looked different than normal, with temperature checks and only being able to do strength and conditioning workouts. But following the KHSAA's decision, practice will be normal again soon, with teams across the Commonwealth practicing with helmets starting August 24th, shoulder pads on August 31st, and full gear finally on September 7th, just a few days before kickoff.
But practice has looked a lot different this summer, and but I'm proud of the effort that they brought each time we worked out, and I know they're looking forward to things getting back to be a little more normal, like a normal football practice. And we have to wait a few more weeks, but I think we're all looking forward to that.
Coach McNamee did say he hopes teams across the Commonwealth continue to do their part in keeping their kids and their coaches safe ahead of the first game on September 11th. Reporting in Pikeville, Camille Gear, WYMT Mountain Sports.
Well, more COVID-related news now. Florida reported nearly 9,000 new coronavirus cases today, the state's lowest number in weeks. But in Texas, the COVID-19 death toll jumped 12%. Health officials in Houston say the city had twice as many COVID-19 deaths in July than June. They say the numbers show a community spread, but there is some promising news. 2 large-scale coronavirus vaccine trials are now underway in the United States. If either is successful, health officials say a vaccine could be ready by the end of the year. Today, restaurants are only allowed 25% indoor capacity in Kentucky. This comes after Governor Beshear issued new orders that are initially expected to last 2 weeks. WYMT's Will Puckett tells us how business owners are reacting to the new mandate.
Restaurant owners across Kentucky expected some sort of additional restrictions from the Beshear administration as COVID-19 cases continue to increase across the Commonwealth. Here at the Abbey in London, co-owner Brittany Craddock says they found out at noon Monday that they would be limited to 25% indoor capacity. They would have liked a little more heads up, but for 2 weeks they say that they can sustain it. But if anything else comes down the pike, it will not be good for locally owned restaurants.
We can do it for 2 weeks. I mean, we'll do whatever we can for the community and to make sure everyone is safe. If we were to get put back down to go orders, of course, at that point it would be devastating, not only for us, but pretty much any small restaurant.
25% capacity for the Abbey is roughly 26 people inside the restaurant. At the end of the day, Craddock says that she just hopes that people continue to support local businesses while they're restricted down to this 25%. In London, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Freestanding bars in Kentucky are now closed for the next 2 weeks.
A little bit of a gloomy day here in the mountains. We've been dealing with the scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, and we're going to continue to see those heading into the rest of the evening hours. We'll take you up to a few of those cameras first. As we look at that UVA-wise camera, you can see those thicker clouds moving in and out, maybe a little bit of some sunshine with, of course, those rain chances on and off throughout the day. Looking gloomy, of course, on top of Buffalo Mountain. You see the clouds breaking a little bit, but more showers and storms, of course, in the distance. You see a lot of scattered showers and thunderstorms down towards the Cumberland Valley, back up towards towards Pike County, and even some starting to move into Harlan and Letcher County. So areas along I-75 especially starting to get a little rainy as we look over into parts of Knox County and Barberville. Some showers and storms starting to move out of Pulaski County into Laurel County, and like I said, some showers and storms moving into parts of Harlan and Letcher counties. They're moving pretty quickly though, but definitely packing a punch with lots of rain and possibly some lightning with some of those as well. 76 right now in Jackson, 79 in Hazard and Wise, so a little bit cooler. Lower 80s down into the Cumberland Valley, with I'm sure that rain moving in could cool down even more heading into the next really hour or so. But we are going to continue to see more rain heading into the next couple of days and some nice cooler temperatures as this system kind of sticks around for the next couple of days. We'll also see those scattered storms continue even heading into the weekend and possibly even into next week. I'll have a full look at that 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Paige, thank you. Amy McGrath, the Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate, was in eastern Kentucky today. WYMT's Madison Pergram has more from one of her stops.
Democrat candidate for U.S. Senate Amy McGrath, who's running against Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell in November, made several stops throughout eastern Kentucky today, one being here in Letcher County. We caught up with McGrath here at the Summer Food Service Program, where they provide meals for kids. Families come through once a week and get enough food to feed a child 14 meals throughout that week. McGrath took a tour through the facility to see how the process works. McGrath says she learned a lot while being here. One was about the workers she met at the facility.
Many young Kentuckians who are helping each other out right now. They're in there cooking, making meals, putting things together. They have an incredible organization where they're all working in unison to help people coming through in the car line.
McGrath also made stops in Harlan County to talk to retired coal miners. She also made another stop here in Letcher County to talk to educators. For now in Letcher County, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
We'll have more on Amy McGrath's stop in the mountains later tonight. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Tuesday afternoon. The Dow closes down today more than 205 points. Straight ahead on First at 4, while people are still discovering the beauty of Perry County on newly built trails, some could also be misusing them.
More rain moves in, but a nice cool down is on the way. I'll have a look at your forecast coming up.